Let's do another one here. So I was on a gun website tonight. Need to be getting ready to go to bed, actually. I was reading, just reading through these different articles, and I guess like conservative shit, like they got different, their podcast, different people speaking, like smoke jumpers, which are heroes, and stuff like that. And they had one on there. It's a brother. Name is Kevin Dixie. And Kevin got into talking about how he was pro Second Amendment, and he's, it's a gun guy. And he makes guns, he sells guns, and he's got this pretty cool looking H&K P, was it V9 or something? It's like a red and black, pretty cool. Anyway, inside the gun case, it's got all this stuff talking about Malcolm X, and something about Black Wall Street. And he went to a gun show, and these guys actually said, "Are you at a gun show or a civil rights rally?" And he said he couldn't believe it. He was surprised they'd be so stupid. No surprise here. Now, let's get into this. One thing I learned while being over the road is that you can have friends that are white. He's from the Midwest. Let me say that first of all. That's why, because I had to understand. I'm sitting up here like, why is this guy like this? Like I've met black conservative, and I've met black men who dated white. No, I've known black men like that. Okay, that's fine. But I don't know a lot of black folks that get into guns like that. I just don't. So, anyway, getting off subject. I had white friends on the road. I had white associates on the road, people I met and were cool with. And one thing I learned with them is you can be cool with them as long as everything is to do with their world. And that's what I hate about trucking is that it sucks you in. It does. And nothing you do out there or learn out there will help you in this world here or in California or anywhere I'd want to live. It's all benefiting people in the Midwest and benefiting people in those kind of places. So, once again, anytime you associate with those people, it's going to always be about eating a bunch of pig and things like that and voting Republican and being very conservative. Yeah. He's a black man who I can respect him because he's really talking about what black people went through and how he thinks that we have to be armed so it doesn't happen again. I respect that. Well, these white men, they're arming up because they're extreme conservatives. Remember I told you about the Eric Rudolph types? That's the people he's meeting at these gun shows. Not all of them, but a good number of them have that ideology of, well, we'll just go to war with the U.S. government. Let's go attack the courthouse. Let's go, you know what I mean? That kind of rhetoric's going on within those groups. So that doesn't surprise me. Also, with the Caucasian, they don't want to hear that. When they go out to shoot guns and do their little white pride stuff, they don't want to be reminded of what their ancestors done to you. See, they want to sit here and talk about Detroit and black cities and black, where you have black people getting all this corruption. They want to talk about that. They want to talk about Marion Bay. They don't want to talk about Black Wall Street. They don't want to hear about Malcolm X and Dr. King and all. They don't want to hear about that shit. I'm telling you, my experience with white people, they don't want to hear that shit. So yeah, you can be cool with them as long as everything that you're talking about and promoting benefits them or somehow has something to do with them. And that's the way it is. That's just the way it is with the Caucasian. You have to understand that. If you are to understand what you're dealing with, yeah, you must understand that. They are not when you're so anyway, this guy was on Instagram, personal Instagram. He's pretty cool stuff. Pretty open-minded guy. And which is most of these gunners are not open-minded people. They're like, these guns, they're going to go to war. You know, they have that ideology going on with them. And David Hogg, that's one of the kids that was at that shooting in Merriam, the shooting in Florida. Was it Parkland? No, Parkland. And in Parkland. It was Parkland, my fault. It was. And he was talking about how white supremacy and guns go hand in hand. And the brother was like, oh, no. So does that mean that? No, listen. Understand this. The gun is the white supremacist power. David Hogg is correct. Like my eyes here. He's correct. I've been all over the country, and white men, they pull up their shirts to show you their holster. Everywhere I go, they do that. It hasn't happened to take off the road, but it's happening all the time on the road. The gun is the power of the white supremacists. There's no question about it. And that's why I guess I should have subscribed to him. I kind of agree with them on the keeping and bearing arms part. But I'm a liberal. I don't think that black people owning guns or learning how to guns would be able to protect us if white folks decided to do anything. I don't. It's nice. It's beautiful. I see it more like, remember the one they had down there in Dallas where these Klan members went to a church, to a mosque, and Black Lives Matter or whatever, one of them black groups, they come down there with guns and back them off. There's more of them. That's the reality I see. Because let's be honest, there's a lot of white folks who are doing pretty well right now. They're not going to risk going to jail because some cracker wants to be stupid. See, for black people, it's different because we have no choice. They're coming for us. We have no choice. You come to a black mosque, that's, come on, man. You're basically spitting in black folks' face doing that. Even if you're not a Muslim, if you're black, you can see that. But I just feel like I agree with him on what he was talking about. I should listen to his podcast. I agree with him on quite a bit what he was talking about. I think it's great. But I just think this ideology of we're going to fight against white supremacy. I see, growing up going to Shooters Express and going to ranges, I was a conservative. And the kind of people you encounter at those ranges are very conservative. They don't want to hear about black history. And they don't care. They tolerate you. That's what white folks do in them areas. They tolerate you being in their space, in their place. That's how that works. They tolerate you. They don't accept you. And that's why they make them kind of comments, a little dumb. And also, there's more white folks there than there are of you. Let's be honest. You're in the Midwest. Way more of them out there than there is of you. So they can say that kind of stuff. And what are you going to do about it? See, they don't even really, man, honestly, white folks don't even want you in them kind of places, period. Okay? They don't. Let's be honest with you. Gun stores, Starbucks, health food stores, they don't even really want black men, black people in them stores, period. Especially not no aggressive. See, in a lot of ways, that guy's probably a progressive. If you would, because some of the things he said, I agree with. If you stepped away from the gun issue for a second, just put the guns in the box for a second. Come over here. I'm pretty damn sure me and that guy would agree on quite a bit. Quite a bit. Simply because of the fact he's black. See, Colin Noor and black men like that, to me, those are coons. Those are coons. NRA TV is about white supremacy. Come on, man. This guy is talking about black people. I just think that he's one of them that slipped through the cracks, And it's great. I hope we see more of that. I hope we see more black people who are doing that. I've said it before that I'm progressive. I'm willing to have this kind of conversation on guns. But in a society based upon white supremacy, you don't have any other choice but to be armed, black man. Peace.